Humans are fascinating. Not because they always do the right thing, but because they often don't notice what they're teaching each other. This is one of those observations. Observation number 1. The price of endless kindness. This is Daniel. If you asked his friends to describe him, they'd probably use the same word: kind. Helping people wasn't something Daniel forced himself to do. It simply felt natural, and people appreciated him for it. At least, in the beginning. Every morning, every smile, every small favor seemed to make the world just a little brighter. Nothing looked unusual. Nothing felt unfair. If anything, Daniel seemed to have life figured out. Sometimes, the biggest changes don't begin with arguments or betrayal. They begin with habits. Watch carefully. Most people think the problem begins when they're treated badly. It doesn't. Right now, Daniel is appreciated. Nothing has gone wrong. Not yet. Then, one day, someone asked for a small favor. Daniel smiled and said yes. 20 minutes later, the office was quiet. Everyone had gone home, except Daniel. The next morning, something felt different. Nobody asked if Daniel could help. They simply expected that he would. Interesting. Most people think respect disappears all at once. It doesn't. It changes. One small expectation at a time. Then came another interruption. This time, it wasn't work that Daniel gave away. It was his own lunch. Small sacrifices rarely feel important until they become part of your everyday life. Strange, isn't it? Nobody wanted to take advantage of Daniel. Yet somehow, that's exactly what began to happen. A few days later, another request arrived. This time, it wasn't just another task. It was Daniel's weekend. He paused for a moment. Then, just like always, he smiled and said yes. The next morning, while most people enjoyed their Saturday, Daniel returned to the office. There it is. Another small sacrifice. Small enough to ignore. Important enough to change a habit. A message appeared on Daniel's phone. His friends were spending the day together. Daniel looked at the screen, smiled, and quietly put the phone away. Life has an interesting way of moving forward, even when we aren't there to experience it. Most people think respect is lost because of one big moment, but that's rarely how it happens. It fades. One quiet sacrifice at a time. Daniel finished the last document. The office was silent. For the first time, he didn't ask himself, "Did I help enough?" He asked something else. Why does this keep happening? Monday arrived, and so did another pile of work. Only this time, Daniel didn't look at the folders first. He looked at himself. It wasn't the work that bothered him. It was the realization. Somewhere along the way, helping had stopped being a choice. There it is. The moment he'd been searching for. Not when people changed, but when Daniel finally noticed they had. A coworker walked over, smiling, holding one more folder. Just another ordinary request. Or so it seemed. Daniel took a quiet breath. Then, for the first time, he smiled and said, "I'm sorry. I can't today." Something unexpected happened. The coworker simply nodded, picked up the folder, and walked away. No argument, no disappointment, just understanding. Interesting. Daniel thought saying no would push people away. Instead, it reminded them that his kindness was a gift, not an obligation. Observation number 1. The price of endless kindness. Kindness invites people into your life. Boundaries teach them how to stay. Until my next observation.